Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Exclusive information for you from Eritrea, Ethiopia border, military mobilization. Both sides trying to take control of strategic locations. Troops are being repositioned. Eritrea is beefing up its presence, military presence on some high places which played a key role in 1998 Ethiopia Eritrea war. Details for you in this video through some sources we have received this information. Firstly, people say, Sajid, don't mention names of places because what you're reporting could be damaging for one side. So when you report, don't mention names of places. Uh, for example, I mentioned Musa Ali Mountain in a previous video. I said that it's not one mountain, that Ethiopian military was being mobilized around this mountain on Ethiopia, Afar, Ethiopia, Djibouti, Eritrea border. It's in tri-border area. Several viewers said, Sajid, you are exposing military secrets. Uh, One thing before I talk about the new deployment by Ethiopian military, one point. If Sajid, sitting thousands of miles away from Ethiopia, knows that ENDF is immobilized towards Musa Ali Mountain, do you think that Eritrea is sleeping? Do you think that Djibouti is sleeping? Don't they have any intelligence agencies? Don't they have any penetration in local? They know much more than that. Problem is that those journalists who cover such conflicts, they should try to reach the people on the ground. People know much more than news outlets. And people sometimes are afraid to share material. They share with me because they know that I never disclose my sources. For around 3 years, I've been working on Ethiopia, and not a single time did I disclose any of my sources. Now, I reported about mobilization of military on both sides of the border. Ethiopia, Ethiopian military, and Eritrean military, both. So far, mobilization is in their respective border areas. It's not that EDF has entered a far region of Ethiopia or ENDF has entered the South Red Sea region of Eritrea. So far, they are beefing up their deployment in strategic areas, which are on border, Ethiopia-Eritrea border, mainly a far Red Sea region, southern Red Sea region border, a far Ethiopia, southern Red Sea region, Eritrea border. By the way, this territory which leads from Bore to Assab, it's a dry, barren territory. There are not lots of mountain strategic places here. So the limited number of high places are very crucial in this area. That is why both militaries are making preparations for likely scenarios. Firstly, just one point. People say, Sajid, that maybe Ethiopia relations are not as bad as you are portraying. Embassies working, Ethiopian Airlines operating. Yes, embassies operating, Ethiopian Airlines also flying daily to Asmara. But there are visible tensions now. Don't you remember when we were told a few months ago that Isaias Afwerki was going to visit Ethiopia? It was the Ethiopian government which gave us this good news. It was Ridwan Hussein, National Security Advisor, who PM Abiy, others met with Isaias Afwerki in Egypt. when there was a conference in Egypt about Sudan, and after that, Ridwan tweeted that Isaias Afwerki had been invited by Ethiopian PM Abiy to visit Ethiopia, and that he had accepted the invitation, but never was it confirmed from Eritrean government. Visible signs, no one can deny that. A border movement, I think those who want to cover this conflict, they should cover the movements of military in the border areas. Visible signs of military tensions there now. Again, it does not mean that war is coming, that war is imminent. I am again saying war is not imminent. Military is preparing for all scenarios. Now, mobilization of EDF and ENDF. I talked about mobilization of Ethiopian National Defense Force on two fronts. Musa Ali Mountains, under ENDF control, ENDF new convoys have arrived there. Bore to main road connects Bore with Afar region. There is a main road from Bore to Ethiopia and other territories, and from Bore to Eritrean territories too. Both sides have built roads. I think the roads were built after the two sides signed some peace deals in 2018, because back then Ethiopia was interested in using Eritrean ports, and there were hopes that there would be economic integration. But infrastructure was built. Later, war broke out, and Ethiopia could not reach any agreement with Eritrea to reach Eritrean ports. So, E&D mobilization on two fronts: Musa Ali Mountain and Bore. I'm only talking about Afar, Ethiopia, South Red Sea, Eritrea border. Eritrean military mobilization is on several fronts on its border side. I told you about movement of Eritrean military from Massawa, Smara towards southern Red Sea zone. Secondly, I talked about movement of Eritrean military from Asmara, Massawa towards a support. Secondly, movement of Eritrean military from around Assab towards Bore. Confirmed. Already they had presence on Bore. This presence is being beefed up. And now what we have learned is that Eritrean military has sent new convoys to a high place, which is around 20 kilometers away from Bore town. I wouldn't name this place. People would say, Sal, you're exposing the military activities of the two sides. I won't name this place. This place is around 20 kilometers away from Bore, high place. And it's not Musa Ali. Musa Ali is another area. North of Bore, 20 kilometers away, new Eritrean military units have arrived here. New. There was already deployment here. And this place played a key role in 1998 war, Ethiopia-Eritrea war. Back then, by the way, Ethiopia could not take control of Assam. Is it because Ethiopia was not interested in retaking Assam, or Ethiopia tried but it could not take control of Assam? Well, the reason was, but back then in 1998, when the two countries fought, Ethiopia could not take control of Assam, not retake. Retake is not the right word. So this place, which I'm mentioning, where new deployments have been made by Eritrean military, played a key role. High place was under EDF control. ENDF could not go past this high place towards Assam port. That is why EDF is again beefing up its military presence on these high places to stop any adventure by Ethiopian National Defense Force towards Assam port. Though I think ground realities, military capabilities have changed a lot. Ethiopian, as I said earlier, this far to Assab area is barren. No forested mountains here. So this area is very vulnerable to drone strikes. Airstrikes as well, if airstrikes are precise. Ethiopia did not have combat drones in 1998. Ethiopia did not have TB2s. Back then, TB2s were not manufactured. Winglongs were not manufactured too. All these drones came after that. So back then, Ethiopia did not have that precision stacking capability. And high places helped infantry, armored, in defending Red Sea, southern Red Sea zone of Eritrea. Now, military capabilities have changed. Ethiopia has improved its military capabilities. Now it has combat drones which can strike any target on the ground at night in all types of weather. Vehicles can be hit on the ground. Even soldiers can be hit very precisely on the ground. Ethiopia has this precision stacking capability. So if Eritrean military has beefed up its presence on that high place, which helped Eritrean military in 1998, now Ethiopia can use its air force on Eritrean high places if there are deployments of Eritrean military. Eritrea does not have any such striking, precision striking capability. We know that. Eritrea has some jets, no drones, though we know that Egypt has provided TB2 Turkish drones to Sudan. Sudanese journal reportedly Al Burhan received the Turkish TB2 drones from Egypt last month. And Sudanese military officials were trained in Egypt. Egypt is very close to Eritrea. Turkey might not provide any drones to Eritrean government because Turkey is a supplier of drones to Ethiopia. But Isas Afwerki has managed to form a regional alliance against Ethiopia. He's on good terms with Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt, Al Burhan of Sudan, William Ruto of Kenya, Hassan Sheikh of Somalia, uh, and so all around Ethiopia, Eritrea has managed to expand its influence. Let's see what happens. But so far, both sides are making preemptive preparations, military preparations on both sides of the border. Eritrea maybe knows that maybe someday PMRB could decide to launch this adventurous attack towards Assab. So Eritrea is making all preparations. I talked about the mobilization of Eritrean military on Degarat front too, which we got confirmed through some sources there. Tension there, but main tensions are on Afar, Ethiopia, southern Red Sea, Eritrea border. We could see changes on Tigray, Eritrea border, by the way. I'll try to analyze new scenarios regarding Tigray-Eritrea relations, but this video only about military mobilization on Eritrea side of Eritrea-Ethiopia border, close to a far region of Ethiopia. Thank you for watching.